Hey everybody, it's another Monday, and that means it's time for another mini build. So today's mini build is a little train I just threw together. I actually have had an idea for this one for a little while, and I got the idea to build a train at this scale as I was looking at this center boiler piece one day. That piece, it looks like this all by itself. Here's a couple in some other colors, you can see these better. These I know these yellow ones are from the AquaZone sets in the early 2000s, and there's a couple other pieces that work in the system. They're kind of an octagonal 2x2 dimensions. There's one that's just like the tower, so it looks like this all the way around. And then there's one with a cone, 2x2 cone that's 2 studs high. And then the other one that I know of is like a offset pipe, so it comes down and then it goes over and then it goes down again. So I have a couple of these pieces laying around from some lots that I've picked up, and the colors I have them in are yellow, green, and black. So I decided to use this black one and wanted to see if I could build a train with this being the boiler. So I had a scale to start out with already, and I ended up with this, clocking in at 26 pieces. I ended up using these really smaller, kind of like, these wheels are used in sets where they have a vehicle that needs to run on the rails, and they can like fold down, so they've had a couple of those. Also like a roller coaster set maybe, I think those that use a different system. And then for the smaller wheels back here, I just used this little dolly that has the 2 spots to clip on, and on the center it actually has the larger diameter bar, which clips onto a standard size clip. And so to get this to work, I just centered that clip up down here with a 1x2 jumper plate, and that is held in place by these headlight bricks, which we've done a Q-tap video about those. Those are pretty handy. So I ended up using 2 of those to kind of make this work out, and it actually sits on the ground pretty close to level. I haven't checked to see exactly, but that worked out pretty good to just use that. Then you get the nose. I just used this little roof piece, 1x2, and it kind of goes to a point there. You use 2 of them side by side to make a peak. Just clip that in right up front on 1x2 plate that goes down, snot plate, and then that bumps these axles down by 1 stud as well. So if you notice, these are actually studs facing down, and that's just a result of using this piece as the boiler. It has these pieces stuck down already. To make the cab, I just used the studs on the back here and stuck some on building this way, and then the roof is just these cheese slopes put onto some more snot brackets. So altogether, it's pretty small. I wasn't able to figure out how to put a stack on here because any pieces that I would need to use to put in between the 2x2 skid and the boiler would have to be square, and that would ruin the geometry of this kind of rounded front. So I couldn't figure out how to get that done. I mean, you could put a piece that was just sitting on here, but then that's not connected. I like to build with everything connected. So I'm going to call this done for now. If I was to make track for this, it would actually have to be, I don't know, I think it'd have to be 4 studs wide because the track would go on this outside of the flange. So I thought another interesting train mod could be made by using these same wheels, but then putting them on, instead of a 2x2 axle plate, put them on one of those airplane pieces that has the thing that comes down in the center, and then those are right next to each other. But I don't think that would look correct, especially on this build. But that would be a way to narrow the gauge for a train similar size. But that's fine. I don't think I'm going to try to build tracks or a system for this. It's just kind of another little desktop display. And really, that's what mini builds are great for, is just to have this little quick thing, throw together. If you need the pieces out of it later, then it's not much of a pain to tear apart and use. So yeah, pretty happy with the little train, and we'll see you next time.